Pat Cummins versus Shreyas Iyer is a kind of a repeat of the World Cup final. But there are subplots. The subplot being the return of Gautam Gambhir. Kolkata will want Gautam Gambhir, winner of the trophy in 2012 and 2014, to do it one more time for the team. With Shah Rukh Khan there at the Eden Gardens to cheer his team, Usha Uthup and the rest of the fans for KKR will want the Korbo Lorbo Jeet Bore to resonate around the Eden Gardens. But Sunrisers, with Cummins, with Aiden Markram and a very good side, will want to stop that. A match that will have a 70,000 crowd and it will all be purple. Once again, all of Kolkata will root for their favourite son. And Gautam Gambhir has added an extra zing to it, making it truly Korbo Lorbo Jeet Bore.
Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. We're right in front of the Eden Gardens. Look at it, all decked up in purple and gold for KKR, of course. The madness here is next level in Kolkata for IPL and KKR. But this time around, Shreyas Iyer is back, and that has an extra special added touch to it when it comes to KKR, and fans are very, very excited for his return. I am Gargi Raut, and joining me for this show is Debashish Sen and Rahul Giri. Debashish, starting off with Shreyas Iyer, of course, he's making a comeback after a long injury layover. How are you expecting his captaincy to shape up?
Yeah, obviously huge responsibility for Shreyas as far as captaincy is concerned. He missed the season last time, obviously, with the T20 World Cup. He had a surgery due to which he had to miss the IPL. But big responsibility, and obviously he will have someone like a Gautam Gambhir who has won KKR the title twice. So someone in the dressing room to inspire. So he'll have that guiding personality in Gautam Gambhir and Chandrakant Pandit as well. So, and as far as KKR side is concerned, obviously they look a pretty decent side, Gargi, if you ask me. Obviously they have some good buys in the likes of Mitchell Stark, who we all know went for 24.75 lakhs. But then they have also have some decent fast bowlers in Bhaiba Barora.
Not even lakhs.
25.75 crores, yes, and also and they have the fast bowlers in the likes of Bhaiba Barora and Harshit Rana, and also Venkatesh Iyer has been bowling. He used to open the bowling for the Madhya Pradesh team in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. He did spoke to us in an exclusive chat, which. So he looked a lot more confident, obviously, and then you have your three great spinners in the likes of Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narine and Shreyas Sharma, who you can fall upon, obviously. And as far as the batting is concerned, obviously, once again, the batting will, much of the onus will be on Rinku Singh, who is already a star. Means obviously Rinku Singh, Nitish Rana, Shreyas Iyer, the captain himself leading from the front. And Ramanullah Gurbaz and Phil Salt, both of them has clicked. Ramanullah Gurbaz has done well with the Afghanistan side. In recent times, he has the form going behind him. Coming into the IPL. Phil Salt also looked in the practice game, so he is one more guy who the KKR will fall upon. It will be a toss-up between Ramanullah Gurbaz and Phil Salt as to who opened the batting with Venkatesh Iyer. As far as the middle order is concerned, obviously once again the onus will be on Shreyas Iyer, Nitish Rana, Rinku Singh. These three will be the key players as far as the middle order is concerned. And then you have the two great West Indian pair in Andre Russell and Sunil Narine. So I think KKR does have the firepower to go distance this time round.
Rahul, Debashish gave us the perfect summary of the whole squad. But when it comes to you, personally, who are you looking forward to watching this season when it comes to KKR?
I don't know why you're asking this question. Obviously, everyone is looking forward to Mitchell Stark, obviously. But I would like to tell you one thing, that two things that KKR have been missing since a long time. After their triumph in 2014 IPL, that someone in the management who has that winning mantra, and this time they have Gautam Gambhir for that thing, because Gautam Gambhir has won 2 trophies with KKR and he knows what it takes to reach that ultimate finishing line. And after Gautam Gambhir, obviously KKR have been lacking one thing, that is one death bowler. That is obviously this time they have Mitchell Stark, because if you see, neither KKR have capitalized in the power play, neither they have capitalized on the death bowling, and that's why KKR has been lacking since last few years. So this time they have Mitchell Stark in their squad. I think Mitchell Stark can help Shreyas Iyer by taking early wickets in the power play. At the same time, he can also help the KKR bowling lineup, in taking wickets in the death over as well and restricting a few runs, of course.
Well, Shreyas Iyer is coming back, but there's another KKR legend who's coming back right behind me. There you see it. Gautam Gambhir is coming back, and we have something special prepared for him. Take a look.
You ask Gautam Gambhir which was the only time he felt pressure on the cricket pitch, and he will say it wasn't a World Cup final. It wasn't for India. Rather, it was for KKR when he was playing in Dubai. 4 matches and he hadn't scored, and he requested a Manish Pandey to step up for him. Manish was dismissed for 1, and Gautam promised himself he'd never again feel insecure and push someone else. Thereafter, what followed was an absolute fairy tale. Gautam Gambhir lifting the trophy once again for KKR, the second time, and so far the final time since then in their history. After a couple of years with the Lucknow Super Giants, Gautam Gambhir is back. People are saying it's the homecoming of GG. Kolkata Knight Riders have their son back. When Gautam first came to KKR, he was filling the big shoes of Sourav Ganguly. The first time, there were no crowds at Eden Gardens. No one wanted Gautam Gambhir. With his performance and courage and resilience, he won the Kolkata crowd. Last year in 2023, when Chennai Super Kings played at the Eden Gardens, it was a sea of yellow. This time round, it has to be purple, because it will be led off the field by Gautam Gambhir, who's already promised Shah Rukh Khan, who will be present at the Eden Gardens, that he will leave the franchise much better off. Can Kolkata, can Korbo Lorbo Jeet Bore resonate, and can Gautam Gambhir fulfill his promise? That's the other added story to the larger story of Kolkata's campaign. Gautam is always a story. Naveen-ul Haq, Virat Kohli, and you can keep talking about GG and his exploits. And that's why the attraction is that much more. The night is back, and the return of the prodigal could mean a very different season for KKR.
Devashish, I think the biggest fascination with the Shreyas Iyer return is the fact that he's lost that contract. And this IPL year, with his captaincy, with his bat, he has a lot to prove.
Absolutely, he will have a lot to prove, obviously. And talking about Shreyas, obviously, he was the top one of the top run scorer for India in the World Cup. Means obviously India, he was a key player in India's campaign in the World Cup. But then obviously but the biggest concern for Shreyas will be his back spasm. That has troubled him for quite some time. But then leaving aside, he's a great player. He's a great player, and obviously the KKR will look up to him to score runs. Obviously, you need the captain to fire if they have to have a great season, and who better than Shreyas Iyer, obviously. And as you have rightly said, means obviously now that he has lost a contract, he will try to score big and stake a claim as far as the T20 World Cup squad is concerned. Obviously, there are a lot of players. Means if you look at this KKR side, someone like a Rinku Singh, who we all know, means obviously he's definitely going to be on that flight to the USA and the Caribbean. But obviously Shreyas Iyer, a great form in the IPL, can once again open the doors for him as far as the India comeback is concerned.
Talking about captaincy, Shreyas Iyer on one side and Pat Cummins on the other. SRH have spent a lot of money on roping in Pat Cummins. Do you think he alone has the caliber to get SRH that cup?
Pat Cummins, obviously, but before that, obviously, it will be memorable for Pat Cummins because he has played in this ground, many matches for KKR, and also at the same time he will face his counterpart Mitchell Starc as well. But now talking about Pat Cummins' captaincy, obviously, he has that kind of experience on him because he has won the Australia, the WTC, then World Cup, then T20 World Cup as well. So I think Pat Cummins will bring that thing to SRH that SRH has been missing since long time. Since last time, SRH has guided them to the IPL, I think 2016 triumph. But after that, I know KKR, SRH have been missing that winning mantra. And this time, I think Pat Cummins will bring that thing to the team. And along with that, this time SRH team is the most balanced team in this season, because after the auction, if I had to pick any other team which looked solid, then it is SRH, because I think they have around out of 8 foreigners, I think around 5 to 6 foreigners who are capable of making their name into the into the first 11. So that's where there will be a huge competition among the players, among the foreigners. So most balanced side, and I think they are going to make life difficult for KKR in the opening game.
Devashish, what do you think? Pat Cummins, the amount that has been spent on him, SRH, will that, how do you explain that?
Yeah, obviously two of the most expensive players going head to head. So that itself is a interesting battle that we are all eager to watch out for. And talking about the Sunrisers Hyderabad side, Gargi, I would say they also have a Travis Head, who was the top run scorer in the tournament, man of the series in the World Cup, helping Australia to win at the World Cup. So he will be another player to watch out for. Obviously, he along with Rahul Tripathi, they will form a very potent opening pair, and they have that firepower. If you ask me, someone like Umran Malik, T. Natarajan, they have a lot of options. Then as far as the spinners are concerned, they have a Washington Sundar. Wanindu Hasaranga is another guy who has been brought by the Sunrisers Hyderabad side. So they have all the firepower and the depth in the side to give a good challenge to KKR.
And talking about expensive players that have gone, beyond anything that we've ever imagined. One of them is Mitchell Starc. He's with us on this show, right behind Rahul and Devashish. Not physically, but at least we have a poster of him. But Rahul, 25 crores. That is not a small sum. What is it about Mitchell Starc that got him that money?
I think all about, I know everyone is thinking about that he hasn't that kind of IPL experience, but still why KKR bought him. I think not needed about us. I think he has played a lot of T20s for Australia. Not only that, he has been one of the key bowler for Australia in one day and test as well. And I think the kind of experience he brings to the squad is immense, because he also has been part of the World Cup winning team for Australia. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, that he brings that kind of experience in death bowling, then as well as in power play as well. I think the same thing that KKR have been lacking since long time, that one key bowler who will give wickets in the power play, and that's where I think Mitchell Starc comes in. And not only that, there are many youngsters in KKR as well, young bowlers like Vaibhav Arora, Harshit Rana. I think they will also get to learn a lot of things from Mitchell Starc. I think that's the thing that Mitchell Starc brings in this squad.
Devashish, what are you expecting out of Mitchell Starc?
Yeah, obviously, he will have a bigger responsibility now that he has to spearhead the bowling attack of the Knight Riders, obviously, and he brings a wealth of experience when it comes to what an incredible bowler he has been for Australia. And so as Rahul rightly said, he will have to share the bigger responsibility now that he has been brought by such a that tagline of 24.75 crore will be behind him. Obviously, the KKR fans will also be expecting for Starc to do well, obviously. And the best part of Starc is that he can also bowl in the death. He can bowl, and with the two bounces in the over, that automatically it will give the fast bowlers a perfect opportunity. It balances out the battle, means obviously between the bat and the ball. So I think, and he has a good variety of the bouncers, the Yorkers, and remember he's tall, means obviously, and the duel between Cummins and Starc will be something interesting to watch out for.
Rahul, when it comes to the key players, who do you think will be the key player for KKR tonight?
No, Gargi, it's a very difficult question, because at the same time when SRH is returning to the team, then at the same time there are two openers who will fighting for the spot, Ramanullah Gurbaz and Phil Salt. But for me, the eyes will be on Rinku Singh, because since last year also he has played up to the expectation. But this time there will be a lot of pressure on Rinku Singh, because every time, because last year there were not much expectation of Rinku Singh, but this time already he has made it to the Indian team. He has also fared well for Indian team as well. So this time the expectation will be huge from Rinku Singh. But I think Rinku Singh knows how to meet this kind of expectation level, because every time people has doubted him, he has proven wrong his detractor. So this time also eyes will be on Rinku Singh, because he will have a huge role to play as a finisher alongside Andrew Russell. Last year also Russell was not in his best form. Rinku Singh had to cover up for Russell. I think this year also a lot of responsibility on Rinku Singh. But at the same time, another thing I'm looking forward to is who will make it to the opening spot, Phil Salt or Ramanullah Gurbaz.
Devashish, key player for you when it comes to KKR?
Yeah, obviously it has to be SRH. as you rightly said, we were discussing that he will have a lot to prove. Means obviously first losing the contract, means getting out of the Indian team. So he would want to have a very good IPL. Means and with the and T20 World Cup being a bigger motivation, obviously that it will act as a motivation for him. So and remember he being the captain, the onus will be on him to fire, to score runs, and obviously for me, I would be hoping that Shreyas Iyer have a decent IPL so that he can once again stake a claim as far as the T20 World Cup squad is concerned.
And when it comes to SRH, Rahul, who are you looking forward to?
Obviously, everyone's eye will be on Pat Cummins, the one of the highest buy in the IPL auction. But this time, I think for me, my eyes will be on Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. One of the proven warrior for SRH since long time. And though this time he don't get any more chance in Indian team, but still I think he is capable of giving a heart-pondering moment to the opponent team. And this time I think the onus will be on Bhuvaneshwar Kumar to get early wickets to SRH, I think. And another player I'm looking forward to is obviously Rahul Tripathi, because he will be playing in his familiar territory because he has hit a lot of boundaries and sixes for KKR in this venue. And obviously again when he's returning to this venue, Eden Garden, obviously he will want to make this innings memorable this time against KKR.
What about you, Devashish?
So it will be two former Knights playing at against their former franchise, Pat Cummins and Rahul Tripathi. So there's an intrigue that there are the smaller battles apart from the bigger battles. So that is something that I would be looking forward to.
Well, these were the players inside the field that will be the key players. But when it comes to outside the field, it will be the crowd cheering on the KKR. The crowd is madness over here. Take a look at what we have to show you.
ওই বোনটা আমরা খারা দিচ্ছে খারা শ্রেয়স রিঙ্কু গম্ভীর স্টার্ক হর্ষিত বৈভব শ্রেয়স বরুণ আমরা খারা জিতবে খারা ওই ছেলেটা ওই মেয়েটা
इस बार भी प्लानिंग है, मेरा जितना भी फेवरेट प्लेयर है उसका पोर्ट्रेट बनाएंगे और उसको तोहफे में गिफ्ट करेंगे अगर पॉसिबल होगा तो
अभी तक किस का तस्वीर बनाया?
अभी तक दोनों का कंप्लीट हुआ। गंभीर का काम चल रहा है, गौतम गंभीर का, और श्रेयस अय्यर का जो KKR का कैप्टन है उसका बना है।
Atmosphere like never seen before, and it could only happen in Kolkata outside of the Eden Gardens. But we're heading inside. But before that, let's take predictions. But before I get to predictions, I like to say something. I'd like to point something out is the fact that SRH has done well under one Australian captain, which was David Warner. SRH once again have an Australian captain, a World Cup winning captain, Pat Cummins. What could be the fate tonight? What do you think? Predictions, please.
KKR also have an Australian in the likes of mid-star.
But not the captain,
but see, Gargi, KKR will have someone, a gentleman called Shah Rukh Khan,
Whoa.
who will be right there and in the B block and cheering for the
Bringing
Knights.
his luck.
Obviously, and KKR cannot disappoint their team owner, obviously, and obviously the crowds will be back behind the KKR, as many as 60,000 odd spectators. Obviously, the most of them will be in the purple and gold color of Knight Riders. So I will be banking on KKR to have a winning start in the IPL 2024.
Predictions, Rahul.
Last year I was sitting in the stadium, inside the stadium, watching that game, SRH versus KKR, and that was a high-scoring game. KKR fell short while chasing the mammoth total set up by Sunrisers Hyderabad, but you have just seen the atmosphere outside Eden Garden, just crazy. So how can I be so harsh? I don't want them to go home with their heavy hearts, if KKR loses. So obviously my heart says KKR, but I want a high-scoring game, just like the previous game in last year.
Well, let's see who takes the yellow cap to victory. Till then, stay tuned to Rev Sports.